Hey guys, I am back with week two, part one of my trip in the Philippines. And this whole week of week two, I was in Cebu. So the first day, which you will be seeing here, is Sunday, April 6th of 2014. And it's the day that I finally take the National Medical Assessment Test, or the NMAT, in San Carlos University. And that picture has the line. It was a really long queue of students waiting to take the NMAT test. So I just used the Bella Boulevard sticker, Believe in Yourself, and some black enamel dots on that photo. And this photo is the inside of San Carlos, and this was during the break. Because there's like a part one of the test, and then there's a part two, and they give you, I think, a 30-minute break between part one and two of the test. So I didn't really socialize with anyone there. I'm pretty shy, so I just ate my snack and looked around. And this was the only picture I took inside of that campus. So in the class that I was assigned in, there was a lot of Indian, Pakistani students, and I think there was one Canadian. So in the desk were it was kind of weird for me because the desk looked really, really, really old. And I had to tell myself, remember, you're in the Philippines, this isn't the States, so don't um, think everything is going to be just as good as the US. So here is photos of the inside. Well, I wouldn't say inside, but I took photos of what we did at Ayala. And believe I said before, I talked about Ayala and SM Mall, and I really do prefer Ayala. So this is the title card, and I wanted to let you guys know these cards are from the Jade edition. So they're not as decorative as I would say. The Jade edition seems pretty like bland or plain, so it was kind of hard for me to embellish these cards because the colors of these cards, they do browns, blues, yellows, orange, and not my favorite colors of a color scheme, but I made it work. So I used this alpha booklet I bought at Big Lots, and I believe the company is called Firefly or Dragonfly. I don't know, something like that. So I just spelled out Cebu, and then underneath that I will put week two. And I just circled like April and the dates on the side because I wanted to use really big letters this time. I didn't really feel like writing every little detail. So that's why I only did Cebu and week two on that card. And I believe I will add some enamel dots around it just to give it a little bit more bling, I guess. So, and I think that they're black enamel dots. It's taking me a while to get to that. I have a really hard time like when to talk about the what I'm going to do on the card, and cuz it takes me a while just to get to that. So, like I said, there's the black enamel dots, and that's pretty much it for that title card. And then I was so excited that I was going to go to Daiso. And Daiso is a very popular chain store in Japan. It's pretty much their dollar store, and they have the most cutest stuff ever, especially if you're into like stationery, scrapbooking. They sell washi tapes, pens, like, and they're just so much cuter compared to what we have in the States. And in the Philippines, they sell at 88 pesos, so it's not exactly a dollar, it's $2 technically. So most of the items in that store are $2. And there are some items that are a little bit more than 88 pesos. Like I've seen 188. or 100 pesos. Like, it just really depends on what you get, but majority of the items in that store are 88 pesos in the Philippines. I didn't really like how I did this card. I tried my best. I really wanted to use one of those tags that I cut out from the crepe paper on Trend, and I really liked the blue green, I don't know, tan. I think it's a cream color on that tag. It really looked good with the color scheme that I was going with for that first page. And then I used that chipboard frame from the Paper Studio Good Life chipboard stacks I had. And I do add some twine to that, and I think I made it a little bit too short, but that's okay because I really don't like it when the twine is a little bit too long and it's covering the photo, or the it's sticking out of the photo or out of the pocket actually. So there's that blue and white twine that I got through a pocket letter as well. Most of the twines I have are through pocket letters. I don't like to buy twine. Like I believe I said this before, twine is not my thing, but I will use it just so it doesn't sit anywhere in my craft room and gathering dust. So anyways, I added those Recollections pink heart enamel dots to that photo. So here it says life pictures words, and I just added some white enamel dots around it. I didn't decorate as much. On those cards, like those word cards, I just don't decorate as much because I just don't want to overwhelm the those type of cards. So here is halo halo, and halo halo means mix mix. And if you guys don't know what halo halo is, it's a very special Filipino dessert dish, and the you get sweet beans, some jackfruit, some coconut strings. It's pretty much a lot of fruits and sweet beans, and they mix it up with milk and sugar and ice, and then they put on top of it ube ice cream, which is purple yam. And I grew up with halo halo. I mean, we don't really make it in my house as much when I was little because you have to buy like I mean, this is just a recipe where you have to buy a jar of each. I mean, you get a lot of jars of different fruits, and it's too much for me and my mom to make. So we rather just go out and buy it somewhere else, or go to the Philippines and buy it because it's a lot cheaper. And then on this journal card, I just talk about the halo halo, and it was actually one of the best halo halos I've ever had. And this was at Hakud, Hakud, at Ayala, and we ate with my mom's classmate and her family, and her daughter just became or passed her physician's exam, so she's officially a doctor. So we gave her this stethoscope that I think her parents ordered for her as a graduation gift. So I added that black and white arrow, and I didn't I don't like it when I look at it, but I left it alone. So here's the meal at Hakud, and I got the squid, which is on the far right corner, or the pusit, and I did have coconut water, which was really good. It was really, really good. I loved it. I think there's some, I don't want to say clams, but um, it's some kind of clam. I forgot what it's called. I just added some black alphas to this, and you'll see me later like pull all those letters up because that bottom part where the green leaf is, or I think it's from the palm tree. Is it from palm? No, I think those are banana leaves, and the dark green just, I don't know, it just made the bottom part of those black letters like camouflaged. So here is some siopao from Chowking, and Chowking is a fast food chain in the Philippines. And I absolutely love Chow King. I mean, not Chow King, Shou Pao. Shou Pao is a pastry where inside of the pastry itself is pieces of meat and it's shredded and there's this sweet sauce that it's covered with, and sometimes there's some shou pao where there is a 1/4 hard-boiled egg inside with the beef or with the meat in it. So there's different types of shou pao. There's asado, which is the more popular shou pao. There's bola bola, which I do not like. I don't like bola bola. I'm sorry. And I think there's a chicken shou pao too. I think those are the only three I can remember. So this card is the card that I will write the dates and what we did on each day. And I did look at my Facebook, and the only 2 days I really remembered is the first day of that week, the NMAT, and the last day of that week is the day we left Cebu to go to Cagayan de Oro to visit my grandmother. So, but I know during that week we met up with my mom's classmates and we met up with, I forgot what was his name, Tito something. But we had a birthday gift to give to him. And at the same time we took a taxi and we had the chance to go around Cebu, and I took a lot of pictures, which you will see in the next page after I'm done with this last card. And the first time I went to the Philippines, I was 9. I don't really remember much. And we were only in the Philippines for 1 month. So 16 years later, because that was in 1998. So 16 years later, it still feels so new to me. Like everything, it's like, oh, I never seen this or I never seen that, and I don't know, it's just incredible. Like I just don't really remember, you know? And you would think at 9 years old you would still remember some stuff, but I'm just glad I went back to the Philippines again as an adult, and I have a lot more memories to remember my time in the Philippines. So that photo, you see, oh God, what's that hotel called? The Waterfront Hotel, and I added a chipboard that said "Let's hit the town," and it was a really good combo to add to that photo. Here is the Latter Day Saint Church where the Mormons go, and I was like, now, if I say that I was surprised they had that church in the Philippines, it would sound really wrong because I know that Mormons do missionaries, even in the Philippines, so I shouldn't be surprised. But I was like, I think I was just surprised at the fact how nice it really, really, really looked. I don't know, but I just had to take a picture of it because it was a really nice building to look at. So here I just journaled about me and my mom being in a taxi, driving around, looking at Cebu and stuff. And here I just added some black enamel dots, and it says simple and real, I think. And that's pretty much it for that card. And then here is a photo of the bubble tea I drank at I forgot what that place was called, Cybergate. And I only went there once or maybe twice. Yeah, I think twice. Not my favorite place really. It's a very small, like, it's somewhat like a mall, but not really, because it's, even though it's 2 floors, it still feels small to me. So I just added some pink alphas from the Life Documented Snap collection, and so I just spelled out so good and added some pink enamel dots around that. And you'll see me cut one of the enamel dots because I've seen Inky Cole do this technique, and it looks so easy to cut an enamel dot. And for some reason, for me, I don't know if it's the brand Recollections or whatnot, but it was really hard to cut that. And that's pretty much it for that photo. And then here is a photo of just, it was traffic, and there was a jeepney in front of us, so I had a chance to take a picture of a jeepney, even though it's the back end, not the side, because it's usually the side of the jeepney that's more impressive, because each jeepney, that's whoever owns it decorates it the way they want to decorate it. I've seen some jeepneys that have like the Marvel superheroes or the DC superheroes, and they're all colorful. They're just so unique, and you'll never see the same. Well, actually, I don't want to say you'll never see the same jeepney, because I have seen like 3 of the same superhero jeepneys. I thought it was the same one, but I noticed, like, cuz excuse me, sorry for the burp. I think I noticed that they were all different with, I don't want to say license plate. I think it was like the destination where they were going. Like it was in a different color, so that's when I realized, oh, I didn't know they had the same one, but they made a duplicate. I don't know. So here's a picture of IT Park, and I was really impressed with this area because it reminded me of like downtown Orlando. And this is where there's a lot of call centers, there's a lot of big businesses there. There's even a karaoke place, which is on the far right, called Music One. And sadly, I only went there once, and that was towards before I was leaving for the States. And I really wish I spent more time going to that karaoke place, but it's pretty expensive, so it's understandable that not a lot of my classmates go there. So I do some journaling about IT Park, and like I said, being impressed with it, and that's pretty much it. And I believe I do add a word sticker on top of that. Um, Part 2 will be on Friday, and I hope that you enjoy this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!